A Step into the Past Volume 25 Chapter 7. Book 25 Chapter 07, Unorthodox Interrogation. Lord Chen Guen chased up to Xiang Xiaolong from the back. Riding side by side, their horses unhurriedly galloped along the road while the guardians and Lord Cheng Wen's bodyguards carefully scrutinized their surroundings for any signs of danger. Armed with human-sized shields and holding their bows, they kept a strict lookout for possible assassins. It was a tense atmosphere. Xiang Xiaolong casually checked, "Don't you need to attend to Crown Prince?" Lord Chen Guen shook his head and probed, "What are Xiaolong's plans against the rebels? Can you share some information with me? I may be able to lend you a hand." With an air of indifference, Xiang Xiaolong grilled, "Was it Crown Prince who ordered you to chase up to me and ask these questions?" Revealing a stunned look, Lord Chen Guen is unable to answer him. Xiang Xiaolong smiled, "You can save it. I understand your difficulties." His face darkening, Lord Chen Guen shamefully implored, "Can Xiaolong help me out?" Xiang Xiaolong narrated, "You can report to Crown Prince that I have laid my hands on a bunch of clues, allowing me to take down Guanzongzi and the assassins of the 6 states in one fell swoop. Nevertheless, I would need to operate under full secrecy for my strategy to succeed. Therefore, with lesser people aware of my plans, the better it is for me." Lord Chen Guen hastily inquired, "What's the purpose behind Xiaolong's request for the tiger seal?" Xiang Xiaolong secretly thought, "Of course it is a life preservation tactic." Instead, he answered, "Because I would need to deploy 30,000 Imperial cavalry soldiers in my quest to exterminate these trespassing invaders." Pausing, he asked in return, "What is Wei Liao's present rank?" With a look of dilemma on his face, Lord Chen Guen lowered his head and responded, "I am not very sure." Xiang Xiaolong sighed to himself. Ultimately, Lord Chen Guen is inferior to his elder brother in terms of brotherhood loyalty. Sharing weal is easy, sharing woe is a different story. Thinking about this, Xiang Xiaolong cannot be bothered with his company. With a "Please return," Xiang Xiaolong and the guardians sped away. Back at his command center, he immediately summoned the 3 men, Teng Yi, Jing Jun, and Wu Guo. After updating them about the tiger seal incident, he asserted, "Presently, we are considered untouchable. Unless Ying Zheng personally leads an army against me, nobody else can lay a finger on us." Teng Yi frowned, "However, Ying Zheng can issue a decree to confiscate third brother's military authority." Xiang Xiaolong grinned, "That's the best part. To make sure that I get rid of Guanzongzi, Ying Zheng would not recall the tiger seal before the coronation. By the time he wishes to act against my interests, he would discover my absence at Yangdu. During that period, we could enjoy a few days of complete freedom and focus all our energies on countering Lu Bue." Wu Guo nodded, "In this case, I must make my getaway before the end of the coronation ceremony." Jing Jun wondered, "Are we really going after Guanzongzi?" Xiang Xiaolong sighed with a breath, "Just take it that we are giving Ying Zheng a huge farewell present before our departure." Teng Yi agreed, "We must do it, otherwise, if traitor Lu happens to succeed in his scheme, we can forget about enjoying our days in peace." Xiang Xiaolong proposed, "As long as we can capture all the members of one of the assassination teams that are concealed in the mountains or wilderness, and with Tu Xian concealing this development from Lu Bue, we could execute our torturous interrogation methods and discover the location of Guanzongzi." Wu Guo was puzzled, "I am still confused. Instead of using the opportunity to head to Yangdu, why are the assassins still loitering near Xianyang?" Jing Jun questioned, 3 days later, Ying Zheng shall proceed to Yangdu. When does third brother plan to strike?" Revealing a self-satisfying and self-confident smile, Xiang Xiaolong simply decided, "Tonight. Let these men have a taste of our well-trained and seasoned Wu family special forces." The 3 men stammered in shock, "Special forces?" Xiang Xiaolong contentedly nodded. Because of his 21st century scientific knowledge, Xiang Xiaolong is able to recreate this ancient special forces team that employs the best battle techniques, allowing him to accomplish many missions that were originally insurmountable. Out of the blue, he can feel his chest swelling with infinite fighting spirit. Under the brilliance of the bright moon, Xiang Xiaolong, who was disguised as Wu Guo, is in a prone position with Ji Yanran beside him. They are waiting patiently on a cliff about 6 miles south of Xianyang City. Armed with foldable crossbows, they are dressed in light jungle clothes. Underneath their clothes is a special armored vest, something similar to the 21st century bulletproof vest. Now lying on the soft grass of the cliff, Xiang Xiaolong reached out and patted the thigh of Ji Yanran, who is sitting beside him. He softly remarked, "I hope Wu Guo don't screw up." Tonight is the first time Wu Guo is entering the limelight with his Xiang Xiaolong disguise. Accompanied by Teng Yi, they are meeting Su Shang for a discussion, analyzing how the Imperial Cavalry and Imperial Infantry can work hand in hand when Ying Zheng is absent from Xianyang. This tactic is to allay the suspicions of Su Shang. If Su Shang learns that Xiang Xiaolong has left the city, it will set off alarms in his head. Lightly whining and brushing off Xiang Xiaolong's invading hand, Ji Yanran frowned her brows. "Don't touch me. With your Wu Guo disguise, I forbid any intimacy." Xiang Xiaolong was humored. "Outer beauty is deceptive, inner beauty is genuine. Even our talented lady doesn't realize this." Ji Yanran faintly sighed. "It is easier said than done. How many people can really forego one's appearance? If a choice is available, who would choose ugliness over beauty?" At this juncture, Jing Jun crept towards both of them and whispered, "The enemies numbered between 12 to 15 men, and they have set up camp in the forest. Their only defense is a sentry. I have casted sky-wide nets." Chinese idiom A with tilde A with circumflexion A copyright A with tilde A with circumflex A 1/2 A euro A with tilde A with circumflexion A euro A degree A with tilde A with circumflex A 1/2 EOE, guaranteed to capture each and every one of them. This time round, it is truly a case of using sky-wide nets. The outstanding hunter, Jing Jun, has specially crafted dozens of large nets that can be placed on the ground or casted from the trees above. These assassins who have sneaked into Qin are the elite warriors of the 6 states. Without a good strategy, killing them is easy, but capturing them alive is going to be a challenge. Jumping to his feet, Xiang Xiaolong commanded, "Do it." Jing Jun sneaked away. Xiang Xiaolong and Ji Yanran ascended the summit of the hill and prostrated themselves among the thick grass, overlooking the huge stretch of thick forests that lie below them. If not for Tu Xian's accurate information, even with a massive army combing the area, it would be impossible to corner their targets like the present situation. Out of a sudden, the sound of hoofbeats can be heard about a mile away. It gradually became louder and louder, signaling its approach, and is advancing towards the forest from far. Of course Xiang Xiaolong and Ji Yanran are not the least surprised, for it is part of their scheme to force the enemies to run in the opposite direction towards the ensnaring nets. As anticipated, the enemies reacted instantaneously. By observing the stationary birds suddenly taking flight due to the commotion, Xiang Xiaolong deduced that they are fleeing in the southeast direction where the nets are. Continuous cries of astonishment and exclamation can be heard from the forest. Minutes later, the forest resumed its natural silence. Exchanging a smile, Xiang Xiaolong and Ji Yanran knew that they had succeeded. Now, all they have to do is wait for Xiao Yuetan's interrogation methods. Altogether, 13 men were captured. Despite their varying appearances, all of them are tall and strapping characters. In an open skirmish, Xiang Xiaolong and his men may suffer injuries or even death. But with their clever tactics against these unprepared criminals, no losses were reported and the entire operation was a piece of cake. The apprehended men obviously had a pre-arrangement, with each person holding his tongue and radiating a strong determination as if death is nothing. After smuggling them back to Wu residence, Xiao Yuetan gave instructions to lock them up separately. Concluding a round of observation, he chose one of the assassins to be his interrogation target. To the crowd, he explained, This man is rather handsome looking. I am sure his lifestyle is much more enriching than the others and he would certainly enjoy the attention of many ladies. For a person like him to be willing to risk his life for this mission, I am positive he is doing it for the money and also to win the affections of a beauty. Needless to say, he is somebody who treasures his body and life. Ji Yanran complimented, Mr. is truly an expert in human psychology. No wonder you are Manager 2's most capable assistant. Xiao Yuan chuckled, I am just someone who uses my brain more often. It's really nothing. He then pleaded in a low voice, Can Yanran excuse yourself? Ji Yanran realizes that he is up to something that is unsuitable for a female spectator. Despite her unwillingness, she could only compliantly retreat from the room. When the room is only left with the three men, namely Xiang Xiaolong, Jing Jun, and Xiao Yuan, two Wu family warriors escorted the selected assassin in. The lanky and fine-looking man is in the prime of his youth. Currently, his face is portraying a ghastly look and his body is exuding an air of despondency. With mud all over him, several parts of his clothes are torn and tattered. His hands are bounded behind him and his feet are locked together by an iron chain. The three pairs of sharp eyes are scanning his face, keeping a lookout for any changes in his facial expression. Xiao Yuan lightly snickered, the person beside me is the earth-shattering figure Xiang Xiaolong. Since brother has the guts to come here, you should know what kind of person he is. The man peeped at Xiang Xiaolong once. Initially exhibiting a strange look, he then slowly nodded his head. In their hearts, Xiang Xiaolong and Jing Jun are full of admiration for Xiao Yuan's choice of interrogation suspect. The other men would probably remain immobile. Since this person is willing to nod his head, there is a good chance of a confession. Xiao Yuan gently questioned, How do I address brother and where are you from? The face of the suspect revealed traces of an internal struggle and obvious signs of distress. Eventually, he vehemently shook his head once, indicating his refusal to speak. Xiao Yuan burst out laughing, Let me show you something first. Afterwards, you can decide if you want to cooperate with us or not. Strip him. Receiving his order, the two warriors jumped into action. In the blink of an eye, the man is standing there in his birthday suit and his face is carrying a horrified expression. At this moment, even the two men Xiang Xiaolong and Jing Jun cannot predict Xiao Yuan's next move. Xiao Yuan gave another order and from outside the door, the sound of a trolley wheeling can be heard. There are also bizarre T.A.G noises, sending shivers down the spine of Xiang Xiaolong and Jing Jun. Entering their sight was two guardians pushing a huge, 6 feet by 6 feet iron cage. Inside the cage is about 100 rats of all sizes, busily scampering around and making the T.A.G cries. Jing Jun exclaimed, Oh boy! On the other hand, Xiang Xiaolong can literally feel all his hair standing on their ends and nearly wanted to excuse himself. Blood fully drained from his face, the man's legs softened as he kneeled down on the floor. Simultaneously, his body started trembling all over as he visualized his looming torture. Xiao Yuan casually remarked, Without my explanation, brother should have guessed the purpose of these rats. I heard these rats are especially good at digging holes. Ha! With a wheezing sound, the suspect nearly fainted. Lowering his head, the good-looking man asked in a quivering voice, Are you telling the truth? Xiang Xiaolong challenged in an unfriendly voice, Have you ever heard of one incident when I failed to keep my word? Nonetheless, we must be able to prove that brother is not lying to us before we will set you free. The man submissively nodded, I confess. After obtaining precious information from the suspect, Wu Guo, Teng Yi, and the other guardians happened to return. In the highest of spirits, they must be feeling gratified at successfully deceiving Su Shang. Wu Yanzhe commended, Elder brother Guo is brilliant indeed. Whenever he gets stuck in the discussion, he would start coughing. With one hand supporting his head and a bitter expression, the resemblance is uncanny. Having excused herself earlier, Ji Yanran stepped into the hall and frowned, Make sure you do not overdo it. Teng Yi assured, You can set your mind at ease. Even I had to keep reminding myself that he is not third brother. Their only difference is the glow in their eyes. Fortunately, others will attribute it to Xiaolong's lingering sickness and will not think much of it. Turning to Xiang Xiaolong, he inquired, "How is the interrogation?" Xiang Xiaolong cheerfully flashed the AA victory sign. The guardians and Wu Guo shouted and cheered in unison, nearly bringing the house down. Jing Jun updated, "Luckily, we have Mr. Xiao heading the interrogation, scaring that fellow into cooperating with us obediently. He even revealed details and answers that went beyond our questioning. It turns out that this is not some secret collaboration between the 6 states, it was Tiandan masterminding the assassination all along. All the warriors are from Qi and some of them are impersonating as assassins from the other 5 states. Their leader is Bian Dongshan, Cao Kaihudeo's top disciple, and he reportedly has learnt the essence of Cao Kaihudeo's skills. Lan Gongyuan was personally trained by him and he is currently residing at Yangdu." Xiao Yuan supplemented, "This man is a master assassin. We cannot afford to be negligent." Teng Yi wondered, "I thought Guanzongzi's sect and Qixia sword sect are sworn enemies? Why would he collaborate with the disciple of Cao Kaihudeo?" Xiang Xiaolong reasoned, "Of course there is Lao Ai's powerful henchman Han Ji who is linking and mediating between the 2 parties. This man is likely to be receiving bribes from Lu Bue and has become traitor Lu's spy within the camp of Lao Ai." Ji Yanran probed, "Right now, what are hubby's plans regarding Guanzongzi?" Remembering Lu Niangrong, Xiang Xiaolong sighed to himself. In a deep voice, he declared, "Given the present circumstances, where it is kill or be killed, I have to chop him down with 100 battle saber before he has the chance to pick up his giant steel bow." Xiao Yuan quizzed, "When does Xiaolong plan to strike?" Xiang Xiaolong seriously inquired, "Can we get our hands on 2 ordinary fishing boats?" "It must be secretly acquired." Tao Fang answered, "Leave this to me." "When does Xiaolong want the boats?" Xiang Xiaolong avowed, "Tomorrow. The earlier the better. I want to cut off the head on his neck before he receives any updates and present it to Ying Zheng as our farewell gift." Everyone cheered in response and their morale was sky high.